I pray this finds you at the precise time you need it. As always, these are collective messages, so take what resonates and leave the rest. My messages are timeless, so if I do reference any transits, they're pertaining to archetypal energies in your life whenever you find this video. So, the first two cards out are the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess, and the first thing I'm hearing is that you're going through really amazing heart and throat chakra activations at this time. You know, before this video, I had this very strange aversion to recording. Like, this message was going to be so impactful to you that the gravity of it was something that energies did not necessarily want to allow this through. So, I feel like as you're going through these massive awakenings right now, there are a lot of things trying to distract you, a lot of things trying to throw you off. And just be mindful that spiritual warfare is real, whether or not you're awake to it or have the eyes to see, or meaning like that you can literally see these things with your third eye. Just understand that it is definitely a battle for consciousness right now. So I didn't address this in my last video, but I did want to talk a bit about the drone sightings that have been taking place around the world right now. It's not what you think it is. Some of you light workers, starseeds, are aware of the fact that there are going to be, we'll say visitations. There are going to be more visitations soon. And their timeline for arriving got sped up because of all the choices that were being made on the planet at this time. So these drones are actually star beings pouring light into the grid. No one's here to get hurt. Like, you're not going to be negatively impacted by this. If anything, it's bringing more things up to the surface to be healed and released, not just at a personal level, but at a global scale. Right now, these crafts are pouring healing energy into the grid. So if you see one or you read about it, just set an intention that you send your love and light their way and thank them for being here for their service to help planet Earth stay on track and not literally get blown up. So, just as an aside, I had to throw that in here because I know a lot of you have been wondering about this. There is nothing to fear. Yeah. Death card. Lots of change taking place on the Earth right now. Faster than anticipated. Which is also why you are feeling like you're being, literally oh my gosh. Did I not say working with archetypal energies at the beginning of this? The Queen of Cups here was the only card that's come out right now that was not a major arcana. We had the High Priestess, Death. I'll show you again because I love the artwork in this deck. It's beautiful. High Priestess and Death. Then, yes, I love that. Death rolling in on his white horse. Excuse me, her white horse. Their white horse, doesn't freaking matter. Then you have the Fool, the Lovers, and the Emperor. Yes, exactly on par with the energy that I was just about to read. So this just feels like confirmation. This is speaking to the fact that as much as the timeline for our star being friends to come to this planet has been sped up, all of your timelines of awakening have also been sped up. So if you're feeling a little bit like you're under a pressure cooker or your ascension symptoms keep getting a bit more intense, and I'm not going to list all of them because the list is non-exhaustive. It's always that you're going through these symptoms of ascension that are for your highest good at any given point in time. Your higher self is choosing what symptoms you are experiencing according to what you need. So with this Fool, this Lover's card, this Emperor, it's like your rapid ascension is just like you're going from the Fool to the Emperor with one choice. the level of maturity you're embodying right now is next level. It's next level. And you're going to see that your life is changing like this because you're on this wave. You're riding this wave of, okay, let me move with the flow of things. Let me continue to make choices that are aligned with my highest good right now. There's a lot changing on the planet right now. So please join me Saturday morning lives, because I light a candle at the end and I charge it with so much Reiki. And I know you all those of you who come live, pour your energy healing into this candle as well. Wow, you can't make this up. You pour your healing into this candle as well. Some of you light candles with me, and I guide us all in a prayer, in an intention for sending our healing, our love across the planet to where it's most needed, to victims of crime, victims of slavery, victims of war, victims of oppression. So please come join me for that live intention. It's a really powerful, very, very unifying moment. And it's very personal. It's very personal. I know you all feel that as much as I do. So I'm live the next couple of weeks, the last 2 weeks of December. I'm going to be going live an hour earlier than I normally would. So just be mindful. Normally it's at 11:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're both going to be at 10:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I've already put those on my YouTube, like they're already set, so you should be able to see that, and you'll get notified, I believe. I think it's always a half hour before. So just stay tuned, and I would love to see you there. Y'all know it means the world to me. All right. So after this lineup of the Fool, the Lovers, and the Emperor, guess what card came out next? The freaking Empress. Can we just talk about that for a second? That's incredible. That's absolutely amazing. Well, there it is. That's the completion. We had the Fool, the Lovers, and then it's literally the Emperor and the Empress. You can't make that up. This is the timeline now where kingdom spouses are coming together. Y'all who've been following me since I started my channel, I used to talk about twin flames until Dolores Cannon came and smacked my shit. She's one of my guides. And that's not something I subscribe to anymore. It's a school here on Earth. The twin flame journey is a school of karmic mirroring. And once you realize that you're not wanting to be in connection with or partnerships where people are draining you and not committed to the work, and you've made enough choices to love yourself better and love yourself first, you finally set the stage for meeting and attracting your kingdom spouse. So I'm seeing that for those of you who are on track for this, like, you have graduated from your twin flame karmics. And it's never just one. And generally, they're harder to leave because they're past life connections too. And you also have to know that your kingdom spouse is a past life connection as well. For most of you. Most of you. Then we had the Hangman and the Knight of Swords. Wow. I'm speaking to the leaders of the Aquarian age. The leaders of the Atlantean age of Aquarius. This age of Aquarius that we just stepped into out of Capricorn that had a lot of Piscean influence, which makes sense. Then now that we're in this Aquarian age, I've been told to call it the Atlantean age of Aquarius because it's going to be a time where an Atlantean-like consciousness will reemerge on the planet. However, it's basically take two of Atlantis, that this is the chance that souls have been given to get it right this time. Some of you may or may not know the history of Atlantis. I recommend looking into that because I'm not going to go into the depths of it here. That's something Dolores Cannon does speak about in some of her books. So do check that out if you're interested in more information. Because I'm seeing here that this, oh my gosh, thank you. I was just reading Bhagavad Gita last night, and what's the verse? Let me just grab it really quick. Because some of you are going to want to look at this for reference. It's chapter 2, verse 69. What is night for all beings is the time of awakening for the self-controlled, and the time of awakening for all beings is night for the introspective sage. So, family, you have all been on such a profound journey of self-discovery, such that the things that used to draw you in about material life are no longer attractive to you. And that's what this is referring to, of this time of night for materialistic beings. Well, this time of night for you, the introspective sage, is when all of these things are taking place, and these conversations, these activities that are not attractive to you anymore. That's when they're all taking place. And so, and the inverse of this too, you understand what I'm saying. I feel like this is a shift in global perspective right now. People are going to start waking up to the fact that materialism is not the answer, and spiritualism is. And you, as light workers, part of the chosen collective of souls who have been contracted to come to this planet at this time for this awakening of Earth, you are meant to be leading. You are meant to be leading the collective through the continuation of their ascension. You are called to lead. However you feel called in your passions to pursue teaching, sharing, writing, speaking, whatever the heck it is for you. You go first so that they can follow in your footsteps. A lot of you might be teaching in the traditional sense. A lot of you might not be. So this idea of people waking up to the fact that everything around them in the materialistic society is dark, something that you've been awake to, that's going to scare a lot of people. I know a lot of you are feeling this collective sense of outrage, of terror for the state of things here. So, as you commit to making the world better to the best of your capacity, improving yourself, improving your world, and giving back however you are able to, through those intentions, the souls that are meant to wake up through the process of this global purification are going to be seeking you out. The ones that are meant to learn from you will be sent to you. And you'll know them when you see them. Again, this is all dependent on well, it's dependent on their free will. But if they can't find you, they can't find you. Which is why you're so much feeling like you're being called to speak out more. To come out of hiding, come out of the shadows. You're waking up to the fact that, again, because you always felt this darkness around you, it never meant that you were the dark. You were the light, which is why all of these beings were so drawn to you, for better or for worse. whatever the case, you're not where you were, and you're not who you were anymore. You're a lot stronger now. You know who you are now. And so as you step into your individual mission even more deeply, that's going to put you on track to meet the people who are meant to be in these divine partnerships with you, building and growing. For some of you, that's romantic connections. That's your kingdom spouse. For some of you, that's business partners. For some of you, that's co-workers or a boss. For some of you, that's an artistic director, a creative director. It's a client, it's a student, it's someone that is meant to grow with and through you. So these balanced partnerships are now going to be setting the tone for how you know who to engage with and what to do. I just heard that's the message. There's really nothing else here with this. I had a couple more cards come out, but yeah, we had as I was shuffling these cards before, the Two of Wands was on the bottom of the deck again. Here it is again, speaking to this crossroads, this collective crossroads that's manifesting. It already took place on the 12/12 portal for light workers, but for everyone else, they're coming to a point where they're going to have to start making new choices. And that's also why you're being pushed to make new choices, to step out more, to be seen more, to freely allow people to see you for who you are. It's changing the way you communicate. It's changing the way you show up in the world. It's changing the way you dress. It's changing your sleeping habits. It's changing your exercise patterns. It's changing everything. With the Seven of Wands and the Five of Cups, your mastery of overcoming darkness gives you a quality of strength and luminescence. Like, you just glow. You just glow. And this strength, this relentless drive that you have to overcome, to be better, to constantly improve yourself is what makes you stand out. So lean into that. In these chaotic times, lean into your ability to create change. I feel like I just heard Krishna tell Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, stand up and fight. Stand up and fight. For what you believe in, for what you know is right. For God's instructions to you. Let me be clear, that's not a call for war. The battle at Kurukshetra, where Bhagavad Gita took place, it's not the way fanatics convey. All Krishna was doing, all Krishna was telling Arjuna was to, hey, he was just saying, hey, you know, you've been a warrior your whole life. You know, you've been like the most famous, the most talented, with the prettiest, strongest bow and arrow of everyone. And now what? You're at the time of the test and you choke. No. Don't shy away from fulfilling your purpose. So, at a different scale, this is saying, for those of you who are meant to be writing books, because I say that all the time here on this channel, because a lot of you are supposed to be writing. Don't shy away from it. Because it's what you are called to do. It's part of your purpose here. For some of you who are vocalists or artistic in a more traditional sense, lean into that. It's what you are called to do. when you understand that you're always operating as a spirit soul, you recognize that your eternal nature cannot be touched by materialistic instinct. It cannot be touched by materiality. Your eternal nature transcends everything. Action and reaction dictate emotions. Action and reaction dictate emotions. That's why brains and bodies have the ability to become conditioned through repetition. So, shine your light. Love with all your heart. Do what feels most loving to you. Do what feels most loving to you. That's the message. That's the message. Okay? I love you, family, and I will see you again very shortly. If you're interested in working with me at any capacity, check out the links in the description box. And if you have any questions, reach out. I love you, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.